Hi guys, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I am Nicole. Aquarius, this is going to be a reading for you for the month of April of 2023. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watchers, if that is you, please discern the messages accordingly. Aquarius, my apologies for not getting out the mid-month March reading for you guys. The other air signs, and Capricorn, life happens. I don't know what else to say. I run my own business. You can check that out on Facebook at Indigo Moon WV if you've not already done so. I have a holistic and metaphysical business that I run as well. So between that, being a single parent, and blah, 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 life gets in the way sometimes, but I also believe that if I didn't have time for certain things, there's a reason for that. So Aquarius, we're going to jump into your April 2023 reading. Remember that not all the messages are for you. Some of them may be, some of them may not be. Cross watchers, discern accordingly. Aquarius, discern accordingly as well. And then if you guys are interested in personal readings, you can find that information in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. And then there was something else I was going to say. What was it? Shit, I don't remember. That's typical of me. That's very typical of me. Oh, like or subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely do so, because you're going to get notifications every time a new video gets posted as well. And then it's a great way to show your appreciation to the channel and for what Spirit and I are able to collaboratively get out to you guys too. So, all right, Aquarius, enough chit chat. Let's get to it. So for Aquarius, please Spirit, for April of 2023. They're saying, even though we're in Aries season, Aquarius, we're in your season, right, Aquarius? Our Pluto just bounced into Aquarius. And what do we end up with? Revolution and unity. As I was meditating before I turned the camera on, I was also shuffling these cards, putting the energy on them, and the revolution popped out as well. You guys are, I'm going to say you're transcending. I kept seeing pyramids, that point to the pyramid. It was like an upward, you got the pyramid, right? And it was kind of like I'm watching the color just flow upward, right? That unity. What are you bringing together? I feel like you guys, Aquarius, collectively, you are opening up new pathways. I think I have to yawn. Excuse me. Goodness. Some of you guys might be bored with it already. It's kind of funny. It's like you're waiting for change to come. You're waiting to see what comes of the world around you right now. Very interesting energy. I'm going to tell you, the energy of these readings that I've started for April have been wild. Like, it's just so in my face doing these for you guys. So connection. You might want to be diving into some water. And when I say water, I'm talking actual water, playing with water, being outside, being in water, being near water. Like, I feel like there is a flow of emotional movement that is coming for you all for some reason. Paying attention to your wish fulfillment, your desires, being in flow. I feel like for some of you too, you may feel like you're overcome by your emotions from time to time. They're specifically telling me, and thank you, Spirit, that it may have been during Pisces season that you began to feel this energy shifting around you, knowing we were going to make some moves into Aries season, Pluto making that move into Aquarius. You may have started to really feel some things as it affects you, right? So let's see what else comes out for you guys for Aquarius, please. Influence. I just talked about the planetary alignments, how they may be affecting you. What do we've got? We've got the phases. We've got some moon movement is what I'm going to call it there, but it's a phase, the influence of what's surrounding you at this time. You may be diving, again, I said about those emotions. There's the heart on the dove, finding things that bring you emotional peace, having that third eye perception and understanding. You may be taking care of things in a much softer approach. Aquarius, we know, oh gosh, excuse me. I don't mean this in a negative sense, but like a little bit sharp in how you see things, maybe a little pulled back from the emotional space, right? Whereas right now, I feel like you're starting to be a little more compassionate. about how you're handling things, because there's a lot of emotions that are beginning to take over for you. And don't see that as a bad thing. I know that's not quite your cup of tea, but it's like, I think there's a little bit of fear attached to when you get into your emotions, how unheard, unseen Spirit is saying you may feel sometimes. If you're a chameleon too, like you can adjust to your surroundings, I think, for the most part, Aquarius. And you may try to hide those feelings. You may kind of like tuck them away into the darker spaces of yourself so that they're not seen. But I feel like you're ready. You are ready to make this move into your emotions. So whether it's in relationships, friendships, whatever it might be, this ready but waiting. And I believe it was Libra that just had this card also. So you may be dealing with Libra. Maybe you've got some Libra placements in your chart. You want to. I won't say that there's hesitancy, but there is this... It's not a negative hesitancy that you've got. It's kind of like, where do you want to invest this is more of it. Like, what do you see around you that's worthy of you opening yourself up to friendships, situationships. I hate that word, but it's a word now, apparently. Relationships, your work, your kids, whatever. It could be anything, right? So it's kind of like you're just trying to pick what connection has the most positive influence for you, so that you can let that emotion sit there rather than just giving it out to the world and hoping nobody abuses it, is kind of how that feels to me. And then listen, trust yourself. You are kind of like, I still kind of feel like you guys are kind of hanging out in the shadows, trying to discern where it is you want to put that at right now. Okay, so it's like, it's not a bad, you guys probably have had the lightest energy in the 3 readings that I've just done, so that makes me feel good. I feel, yeah, revision, you're doing it differently. I feel like you're paying a lot of attention. You might be in your head, you're making my head hurt, honestly. So don't overthink it. You know, pay attention, hear the echoes that surround you. You're going to know where you can put your trust, faith, and loyalty in. So don't get yourself into a place where you're over analyzing situations. It's just not necessary. Just pay attention, trust yourself. Okay, that's a big thing. Pay attention and trust yourself. All right, let's see. For Aquarius, past, present, and future for the month of April, please, Spirit. Past, present, future. I think just about every one that I've done today, the first cards read 2 each time. 3 of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Again, you know, where are you filling up your cups? Who are you celebrating with? Who are you sharing in your glorious moments with? Who do you feel supported by? And that Page of Pentacles is kind of stepping back, kind of holding on to what I just said, ready but waiting. It's not hesitancy. It's just like discerning where it is you want to give that to. So it's like you may be seeing a different circle of friends surrounding you at this time. You may see maybe even a couple love interests surrounding you at this time, and you're just trying to figure out where it is you want to place that energy. Like, you're going to hang on to it until you trust and know that it's ready to go somewhere that is going to be valuable to you, and it won't be taken for granted somewhere else. Aquarius, I feel like this is going to be a pretty simple reading right now. Hopefully it stays that way. All right, for Aquarius, please, for April, present energies. Whoops, 2 more. 7 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. I like this. You are becoming very aware. Devil in reverse, letting go of toxic patterns. I love it, Aquarius. I love it, I love it, I love it. Stepping outside of that 2 of Swords energy. You're taking inner conflict. You may have worked, December is coming up for some reason. December may have been a time for you where, pardon me while I adjust myself here, may have been a time where you were sitting with some inner conflict. The world was changing. We were getting ready to pop into your season. Sitting in that 2 of Swords, you may have put the blinders on. It's like, I don't want to, it's like, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Didn't want to be a part of anything that's evil, or what felt, you know, toxic to you in some regard. and then realizing maybe the role that you've played in it for yourself, how maybe you were sitting in the Seven of Pentacles, planting some seeds, wanting to see something grow, but not nurturing it. And you're going from the Seven of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles with the way this has come out. And I like this for you guys. It's learning how to play, dance, feel good, feel surrounded by good, loving situations, stable situations, honest people, where you may be crossing paths. And for some of you that are retired, you may be dealing with grandchildren right now too. You may be spending some time with your grandchildren that is putting you into a more lighthearted energy. And even if you're not a grandparent, you've got children around you, they may just be uplifting you somehow. That makes you realize that the fruits of your labor were not in vain, is how that feels to me. So again, Aquarius, I like this for you. All right, and future conditions for April for Aquarius, please, Spirit. Ace of Swords, what are you not seeing? What are you... I feel like there's some inner truths, Aquarius, so that you're sitting with. Maybe you feel like you lost out. Ten of Swords. Feeling like you lost out on something in the past. I don't even know why I just did that. King of Pentacles. Maybe you feel like you're going this alone right now. And sometimes we do, right? Sometimes we have to go some situations alone because the lesson is meant for us. The journey is meant for us. It's always about our soul's growth as well. So don't see it as a bad thing, because I think there's a vast new horizon for you that is waiting, right? So you may be working towards that Ten of Pentacles still, but the Ace of Swords is maybe denying yourself the right of passage, the right of truth, that has led you to having to close some cycles out. And the King of Pentacles underneath in the upright, you know, it's like you've worked very hard to get to that status. You know, you may have seen yourself as loyal and dedicated to whatever it was you were doing, and I think you were. But it's also about taking time now to kick back and relax after you've done some of the work that you've done. I feel like this is going to resonate with my older Aquariuses, and I'll do respect in regards to age, because age is just a number. It's really not a thing. We make this shit up, right? It's the human form at its finest. But I feel like you're kind of maybe taking a look at your life from the time that you were younger to the time that you know, to where you are right now. And it could be 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, who the hell knows, right? It's going to depend on each of you. But to you, there may be this massive time lapse of, like, you may be forgetting as well, like the points in your life, or maybe you're choosing to forget like a 30-year period. And I don't know why that comes up, but it does. Where it's like, I remember being young and planting these seeds one day, and now all of a sudden I'm older and more mature. But you've worked through the stability of your life. Like you've managed to make a lot of stable foundations happen for yourself. But I do feel like you're going it alone, and you're really, again, trying to find the best place to invest your emotions as they're coming to the surface, as you're going through this new phase of life as well. I like it though, Aquarius. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I really don't. Spirit's also saying you may see somebody from like way back in the day pop up into your life. It's almost like it may be a long lost love as well. It's kind of like, oh gosh, where have you been for the last 20 years? How have you been? Or 15, whatever. It's going to be different for all of you. But there's a reason that you may be passing energies with this person again. Like they're still in your energy field. Like they're much more mature. You're now much more mature. Life has changed quite a bit. And there's something there that's kind of trying to bridge a gap. This also, it's kind of weird. I'm getting some pretty specific information. This could be your children play together, or your grandchildren play together, or somehow somebody knows somebody somewhere, somehow, that you're all kind of coming together kind of thing. So, again, that won't be for everybody, but for a specific, you know, few or whomever, it's like there's something that interlocks the connection. So they may be coming back around, but what I like about it is you both seem to be in a much more lighthearted space. Aquarius, you yourself may be a little like, ooh, wait, what are you coming at me for? Like, you may think that there may be some ulterior motives to this pretty smile that's on their face all of a sudden, or the way that they're gleaming. And Spirit is saying it might work after all. So again, discern those messages accordingly. I think that's pretty specific for somebody. There could be some new growth there, guys. All right, let's do some clarification. Let's see what the hell's happening here for you all. All right, Three of Cups, Page of Pentacles for Aquarius, please. What is this about? And remember the Empress. The more you open up to a light-hearted, fun-loving energy, remember that's the vibration. I cannot talk. The vibration that you're in, you're going to attract that, right? Like attracts like. There's that Magician. I just have, ooh, look at, there you are, Aquarius. Oh, look at that beautiful energy. Oh, look at that. Spirit said, you've been waiting a long time for this. Whatever this is for you, you've been waiting a long time for this. Are your ships finally coming in? I love this. I love this. The Empress. All right, what else for Aquarius? It is time to come out of your reprieve. It is time to come out of your cave and step into your power. Nine of Cups, your wish fulfillment awaits you. Sometimes when it feels so good, I don't even know what to say, but it feels good. Just go with it. Just do it, you know? So the Empress, the Four of Swords in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. There's that King of Pentacles again. Investments, Spirit's also saying investments might be paying off at this time. So whatever it is that you've invested your work into, you strategized, you planned accordingly, you're the Empress, right? Male or female, it does not matter. Like, you have taken that time, you did the work, you've worked on something clearly, you've learned something, you've researched, you've studied, you've become the student. You've allowed yourself to become the student, and you're turning out into this King of Pentacles energy. I think in the past, the way this is coming out, you got the King of Pentacles with the there's pain behind the lessons that you've learned. The devil, the toxicity that sat in those lessons of maybe where it was that you weren't so giving. You weren't in that Empress energy. And you may also be seeing somebody else in that Empress energy around you, Aquarius. But it's also about the pain. It's about the pain and the lessons that it took you to get to where you are. And, you know, I think for some of you, this Ace of Swords in reverse with that Ten of Swords, feeling like you've had to go it alone, that's kind of where you may just, you know, taking the accountability for the part that you've played in your own suffering over the years. That may be very hard to do sometimes. It's like, well, if I could have done this, and it's just like as soon as you recognize it, you're shutting it back down. Like you're not healing those finite points that what makes you hold back, what makes you reserve yourself so much. Because I feel like you don't think that you're understood sometimes. But the Empress, she is known. She is feminine beauty. She is all things beautiful. She is new life. She just has her shit together, right? She has worked on herself. She is sat with accountability. She recognizes her value. She recognizes her worth, and she's going to continue to work on that. She didn't get there because she sat on her butt the whole time, right? But I feel like this King of Pentacles, as much as it is earth energy, it is you. And there's a lot to do with your pentacles right now as well. So work, home, family, you know, our stability, our finances. You got the Page, the 7, the 10, the King. King times 2, the 8 of Pentacles sitting here. But I feel like you're shedding parts of yourself that are not, it's almost like it may make you feel a little weighted down sometimes, right? As these seasons have come and gone, the color of you has changed. Your inner spiritual being is starting to grow and become enlightened. But the center of you, it's very pure. But it's also going to be about what you show to the external world. I hope that makes sense for you guys. All right, this present energy for Aquarius. 2 of Wands. Maybe at an impasse, maybe waiting. I feel like you're waiting to find out somebody's motives. Yeah, there's my are you being a shithead card, Son of Wands. I'm not a fan of that one. Death card, Scorpio energy. Maybe dealing with an Aries. Maybe Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well. Son of Pentacles on the bottom. You know, I think if there was ever a point that you were at a space of indecision about something, you are bringing that to an end. That Death card, transformation, change, rebirthing into something new. That 13, which breaks down to a 4, which is about your foundational energy. 3s working together back here with the Empress, along with that 3 of Cups. The Son of Wands is like, I feel like you're leaning into something, like waiting to hear an ulterior motive to something. I don't think that there is. I'm going to clarify, but I really don't think, like, wherever you've had the 3 of Pentacles, you've got 3s. 3s are very important to you guys. 3s, 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 3s. Answered prayers. That's how I see 3s anyhow. Working divinely together, you know, collaborating, working things out, compromising, finding a way to navigate challenges in a group setting. What is this Son of Wands about? 10 of Pentacles. I feel like maybe in the past, Gemini, Lover's card, choices, spiritual union, Hierophant. Some of you might see an ex-husband, ex-wife pop back up into the picture, because it's like, I feel like you feel let down by, whatever, like you didn't hit your 10 of Pentacles, and you got the 10 of Pentacles in the upright, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and it's like this can go either really good or really bad. Hierophant, card of Taurus there. Yeah, Taurus and Gemini. And it's like, did you both grow? Did you both learn the lessons as time went on? The Hierophant, too, is kind of like an all-seeing spiritual guru. You may be seeing somebody who is spiritual, and maybe they draw attention to your lack of pentacles, right? Or maybe you were lacking at some point as well. But understand that it's being brought forth to the light because it's something that needs to have light shed on it so that you can reach that 10 of Pentacles. I don't think that it's a bad thing, but you're becoming more aware. And that Hierophant to me is very much about an awareness, being teachable, being flexible, being open to understanding as well. Somebody out there has more knowledge than you in something, and they're trying to share that with you. And I think that maybe somehow you don't see how that benefits you. So there may be that question around how this works out for your better benefit. Yeah, and there it is, the 8 of Wands, or the 8 of Swords. I keep getting Wands and Swords backwards today. 8 of Swords with Gemini choices. You know, I think you're just a little bit up in your head about it, overthinking the situation. Let it flow. Let's see, what is the, oh, I was going to pull on that, and there's those two of Swords, that indecision. Ace of Wands, taking the action to move forward. 3 of Cups again underneath there. Don't let, you know, and even for some of you, this, I'm going to veer off course from the initial, but for some of you, this may go back to a family issue years ago that made you feel that you had to reserve your emotional space, right? And from that, like, you recognize, you know, you had the 7, could have been the 10, never was, shit happened, took a wrong turn, veered a hard left, whatever you want to call it. But you know what? You're far more aware of what you don't want. But here's that indecision, and it's like, you want to know the lesson, and I think internally you do. But it's taking that inspired action forward through this forward movement to work together with other people finally, or with another person that will work out to your better benefit. But don't get caught up in your head. Don't get in that airy energy and be like, oh, well, I just don't know. You know, it'll be, I'm going to say it'll be fine. But if you're going to spend your time, you're scared to death of this. You know, it's like, yes, this could move forward, or yes, this could blow up in my face. Yeah, it could, but if you're going to live in fear, you're never going to make a move, and nothing ever is going to happen. So is that really what you want to do at the end of the day? One more card on this, please, Spirit. Hangman, there you are. Pisces energy there. It's like, you're afraid to make movement. You're afraid to step into what you want to do. To lean into something that does feel good so that you can reach that 10 of Pentacles. Those happy foundations, a flourishing home, a flourishing life. You're so close. You're so very close. All right, let's see. Let's move on here to the future energies. 24 breaks down to a 6. 2 6s. The 4 of Cups in the reverse, and the Ace of Wands. I feel like everybody's had that. Aquarius for April. Future conditions, please. Ooh. There you are, Aquarius. Or no, that's Sagittarius. What am I saying? My bad. 10 of Cups on the bottom. Libra. Okay. Let's see, Aquarius. Gosh. You're supposed to transcend, not descend. Let me make that very clear. Whatever it is that you've gone through that was tough times, it was meant to bring you out of this space of just, I'm going to call it procrastination, stagnancy. And you know this. You're going from the Four of Cups in reverse to the Ace of Swords to the Seven of Swords. Again, one eye open, like I said back here, it's like, what do you want from me? If you're coming towards me, what do you want? Why are you coming into play? Like, maybe if you haven't seen this person in years, it's like, why are you popping up now? What do you want? And there may be a very sordid history in the past, because it's like, I feel like as you're stepping into things with new situations, this person pops up, or this situation pops up, and it's kind of like, that ship has sailed. Why are you here? What do you want? What are your motives? Right? And it's like you're sleeping with one eye open going, you know, I remember this. Like, do I really want to go there with this person? I will say this. Let me grab the other deck. Hold on, because I've used so many cards. Who is this person for Aquarius? You guys are making me work extra hard this time. Wheel of Fortune. Have they changed? I'm going to say yes. If you're dealing with a person from the past, they are not the same person they used to be. Something happened. Something forced their own hand at some point, where I feel like some karma has been served, where they've had to address their own bullshit, and that may be extremely uncomfortable for them during that point in time. Who is this person? They're gonna okay. I heard someone say the other day, and I totally agree. We hear communication, and we all go, "Oh my God, they're gonna come talk to me." There is some communication with some low-lying energy of taking action towards you. Is it going to happen for everybody? No. But I will say this, and there you are. Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius. Things have absolutely changed. The winds have shifted away from maybe what you remember things to be, and not discrediting what your experience was, because your experience is your experience based on how you feel about it, right? But I will say that they are coming in with some underlying communication for you. Seven of Swords. Again, it still feels to me, and it's there twice, I almost feel like you're trying to duck and run. I feel like you're questioning their motives. You're trying to stay out of the line of fire with this. I do think they've changed. Have they changed to meet your standards? Maybe, maybe not. But I do think that compassion, this month is all about compassion. It really is. If you take the initiative, if you're going to see it, let me rephrase. If you're going to see it as a bad thing, it's going to be a bad experience. If you're going to see it as a positive experience, it will be a positive experience. What I will say to you is this: trust your intuition, because as every snake, every snake sheds its skin, right? But not everybody is going to change. Some people do have the ability to change. They make a conscious choice to change. Other people don't. Their soul is not ready for that evolution. But use your discernment. Be compassionate, though, when you're addressing things from the past. And there's that Six of Cups energy. You'll know within days. Spirit is saying within days whether or not this is worth any type of entertaining of a situation. So let that play out. But there's a balance. The Moon. You really feel like there's some hidden motives there. Eight of Swords again. Cheese and crackers. You people and your swords. Aquarius, again, communication coming in. Both of those cards to me are messengers, and action coming through. Don't be so cutting, okay? You can be, how do I put, emotionless. Emotionalist. Don't be emotionalist, because I feel like with that moon in the upright, you are reserving your emotions because it's like, oh my God, I don't want to be vulnerable. Oh my God, I don't want somebody to see me. And that's about the point that you tend to like to check out. So be cautious with that kind of energy. King of Pentacles, clarifying that. The Sun, the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Cups, Ten of Swords in the reverse, and the Son of Swords again. Spirit is saying you're ready for a spiritual awareness of a situation that I feel like is energetically still tied to you. So this person may be popping up to close a cycle. And I did see the Wheel of Fortune at one point when I tried to pick up the deck. The Wheel of Fortune had dropped, or not the Wheel of Fortune, but the World card had shown itself. This may be the beginnings of an end of a cycle of completion for you. Because it's like you're going to go whatever direction peace awaits you. And if you have to zigzag, this is how I'm seeing it through my mind's eye. If you have to go, you know, north, and then you got to go back down and trudge back down south, and then you got to go east, and then you got to go west, or go back over to the east, whatever it might be. I don't know why that's coming up that way, but it is. You're going to cross those paths again as you're trying to find your peace, your solitude, where you want to make your connections felt, where you want to invest that emotional energy. I feel like you're kind of sort of chasing your tail right now, but you cannot hide. You cannot run from your emotions. You got that Eight of Cups twice over here. And funny enough, they're laying on top of each other. Haha. You cannot hide from your emotions, and you cannot hide from the truth of situations. So it's accepting them for what they are, but it's being illuminated because this cycle needs to close. It's time for it to close. It's you know, and understand that these mountains that sits back here behind these Eight of Cups, like as you walk away from these Eight of Cups, you're moving into those mountains, right? It's okay. So you're going to have to do some more work. We're never done working on ourselves. We will do it this lifetime and the next 20,000 lifetimes over, if that's how many we have. There's more to life than just the Pentacles. And I feel like that's a very, very specific message for somebody, or a few of you, or whatever, or, you know, 25% of you, whatever it might be. It's also learning how to navigate our emotional space. But just to get up and walk away from it every time, because it reminds us of a painful situation from the past, is not going to serve our higher good. Okay. So Aquarius, I don't think this is a bad reading. It's an awareness. It really is an awareness of your emotional and mental capacities. So it's not a bad thing. It might be uncomfortable, but it's not a bad thing. All right, advice for Aquarius, please, Spirit, for the month of April. Oh my God, everything's coming out here. Beyond the ordinary. I'm telling you, you guys are meant to transcend stuff right now. Wish upon a star. Some Aquarius energy there with that star. Time machine. Yeah, things coming back. It's like almost like reliving the past somehow, or somebody popping up. Again, another 3. That 39 breaks down to a 12, which breaks down to a 3. 3s are very important. You may have had a child or something with this person in the past, or maybe, again, there's some type of unifying connection, whether it's kids, grandkids, there's something there. 34 breaks down to a 7, opening to discovery. You're peeking into a new space. A lot of stars. There's stars on every single card that has come out. Yeah, there's stars on that one too. You got star wish fulfillment, right? Having the hope and faith that things are going to move forward. You guys, you're getting there. And there's that, you know, I love this keyhole, because in it, like, you've got all these lands and stuff, but in there, there's that emotional energy, that water energy, right? You're starting to tap into it. You're starting to give it a little more credence to that emotion. Let that emotion happen for you, okay? I know it might be overwhelming for some, like, as a Scorpio, I live in my emotions. I don't know how to do it any other way. So to me, if it's lax emotions, I'm like, holy shit, like this is not my comfort zone, right? For you, it's rather just the opposite, where it's the thought process rather than the emotions. And it's okay to step into those, even if you do take baby steps. That Page of Pentacles, you know, very slowly moving into it. Allow your emotions to open up, you know, for you and to you. This tall tale. Stop deceiving yourself about the past. This to me is very much you. These cards with these stars, they are all you. It's like, I'm just going to sit up here and judge what's going on around me. Don't be in a judgmental space. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm just giving you advice, right? Like, don't take it as I'm kicking your ass, because I'm not trying to. But it is. It's like you're kind of sitting up there on your throne watching everything go on around you and then judging the situations for what you think they should be. Tap into your emotional energy and address it from an emotional space. Empathy and compassion. All right? Not everything is robotic. Not everything has to be done a certain fashion. And for you to get out of that certain space of control, fixed sign, right? Like, just trust that it's happening that way for a reason. Because there's some type of enlightenment, something. It's kind of, I don't know why, I just got this picture of Pinocchio over here shooting off that hat with, like if there's like a firework that got lit under his ass. Like, get off of your throne with this before the universe lights that spark under your ass and you go flying. Okay, so you know what that entails for you, but that's how it just came across, because you're meant to start a new cycle. You're meant to close this one out. Like, be your own spark. Don't let somebody else light the fire under your ass to make you move. Okay? So before a tower moment comes in because you're pissing around because there's some pain from the past that you've had to, like, you know, I'm going to say negate. And, you know, maybe you're in that 10 of Cups earlier, and that 10 of Pentacles, right? There we go. The underlying, the King of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords, the 10 of Cups. There may have been pain tied to this situation, but I feel like there's a healing energy that's coming in. Don't sit there like a stubborn horse's behind and not make peace with it, not reconcile the past. Because I feel like there may have been, whoever this person is around you, it sent you on a healing journey where you've cut off all kind of communication with this person. Do I think that this is for you to get back together or whatever and live happily ever after? Not necessarily. And this might be a parent-child relationship. I don't know, right? Everybody's situation is going to be different. But the key to this is they're being brought back around to heal a connection, to heal. And whether that is to say goodbye forever and make peace, or if this is to come back together and rebuild a connection. Again, does not have to be romantic. Get that out of your head. It's meant to do something for you, okay? So, again, like I always say, let it do what it's supposed to do. Let it come in and let it show you what needs to be shown, because it's part of your journey. It's part of your soul's growth. And again, for some of you, maybe this person hasn't changed. Maybe they're not capable of that change. But either way, you get to see it, and like, it's almost like it answers any questions that linger from the past for you, okay? All right, Aquarius. If you found this video resonates for you, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel again once again if you've not done so. Personal readings, be happy to clarify anything in your specific matter for you. That information, again, is in the description box below, again and again and again, and the About section of the page too. So, Aquarius, I wish you the best month of April. I hope you guys are doing well. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.